start standing today. So feel free to stand up and just start by just shaking everything out. Shake, shake, shake. Get some movement in the body. You can shake from head to toe, wiggle the wrist, shake the ankles, get some circulation in the body. And all go. And feel that breath moving through the body. Okay, once you've got those shakes, let's go ahead and start with that Ujjayi breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Let's inhale, arms out to side overhead. Exhale it back down through the nose. Let's do a few more here at your own pace. As always, take this class at your own pace. I'll give you a lot of different options. I'll give you some additional movement. If you ever want to back out, feel free to come to child's pose. Feel free to intensify it, add extra push-ups if you want, whatever you need. Inhale, lift. On our exhale, twist to the right, bring the arms into the feet. Let the shoulder heads draw away from the ears. Reach the fingertips away. And come back to center on an inhale. Exhale, twist the other way. Really let that shoulder blades draw together. Inhale back to center. Bring those arms into a cactus, bend the knees and just twist it out. You can keep the arms up, or if you want to, start to let them fall down like the helicopter. All the way around. And wiggle the fingers to get a little bit more movement all the way to the ends of the hands. And then hands come to the thighs. Shake it out. Wiggle out those hips. You can reach all the way down to the ankles if that feels good, or just stay on the thighs. Loosen up the hips, the hamstrings, the neck relaxed. And then bring those hands back up to the thighs if they were on the ankles. And roll all the way up. Shoulders roll up, down, and back a few times here. And then roll them forward a few times. Got some balances today too, so we're gonna get those ankles working. So let's bring our shoulders back down. Heel toe the feet together a little bit, toe and heel, and then bring it right back out. As you open, grip with your feet. Let those ankles get a little bit of movement. See how far the toes can come in, how close the heels can come in. Do it one more time each way. You can add in the foot loose arms if you want to. And then feet will come about hip distance apart. Reach up and over your head. Let's do our sweeps. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Inhale, lift. And go as slow as you need to, or put a little bit of effort into it. Let's do 2 more. On your last one, reach up to the sky, root through the feet, go as long as you can. Exhale, hinge from the hips, come into that forward bend. Pedal it out here, bend one knee, then the other. Shake the head yes or no. Just let it relax. And then when you're ready, we'll come into tabletop. If you want to slip something underneath your shins, feel free to. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. You can wiggle a little bit side to side first. Once you're ready, we'll come into our cat-cows. So inhale, arms to the back, draw that belly towards the floor, shoulder blades kiss together in the back. Exhale, round, tuck the chin to chest. Just flow through these at your own pace. Add any additional wiggles you may need. The hands wide to get a nice, firm, flat surface. And last one here. In a neutral spine. Bring the right hand up to the sky. Circle out the wrist a few times here. One direction and then the other. And then take that right arm. We're going to slide it right underneath the left. Coming into thread the needle. You take your left hand and reach it towards the top of your mat. Really finding a lateral stretch on that left side. Or you can reach it to the sky. Or you can bring hands to heart center, pressing the palms together. Getting a deeper twist here. Left hand will come under that shoulder, press down, lift up. We'll switch sides. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches up. Make some circles with that wrist first. When you're ready, let that left hand slide right underneath the right. Into that, thread the needle. Just find where that right hand feels good for the body, either towards the top of the mat, to the sky, or prayer hands. And as we go through all of our postures, just notice how your body feels. Notice anything that's feeling really good, anything that has a little bit of discomfort, back out where you need to. When you're ready, right hand comes to the floor underneath the right shoulder. Press down and lift up. Back to tabletop. Let's come into child's pose. Hips draw to heels, wiggle out the hips. Hands reach as far forward as they can. Lengthen the front and back body. And then when you're ready, inhale, shifting forward. Either tabletop or let the hips start to draw towards the floor. Hanging cobra. Exhaling back. Take your time, flow through this at your own pace. You can add side-to-side movement with the hips. You can continue to lift the chest, roll the shoulder blades back and down. Finding length both in this hanging cobra and in the child's pose. Really lengthening the side body and belly. You're doing awesome. We're going to do one more each direction. Take your time to meet in hanging cobra, and then we'll slowly work our way down to the mat. Arms will come into a V in front of the head. Fingertips are on the mat here. Press down with your 10 toenails. Press down with your pelvis. Inhale, lift the chest. Draw the shoulder blades together. Look over your nose. Exhale, come back down. You can stay here with the hands or bring them a little closer to the shoulders. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, down. One, a little closer if you'd like with the hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Last one. Place the hands as close to the shoulders as you'd like. Lift, press down with the pelvis, draw the belly in. Exhale, down. We'll come into Sphinx, bring those forearms onto the mat. Shoulders over elbows, roll out the neck. Bring the forearms underneath the forehead, bend the knees. Windshield wiper side to side. Flex the feet if you want, or point them. Okay, we're going to put those shins back on the mat. Hands down to the side body. Press down, coming back up to tabletop. Put any wiggles you need in. We're going to come to our first downward facing dog. We'll tuck our toes, hips to the sky. Pedal it out. Put any movement that feels good in the body. Look like a perfect downward dog. Bend the knees and move the heels from side to side. To the hands, come up onto the toes. Walk feet to hands or hands to feet to come into forward bend. Pedal it out here. You can ragdoll if it feels good, grabbing the elbows, rocking side to side. Draw the belly in wherever you're at. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Up, down, and back. Okay, let's come to the top of the mat. Toes together, nice and tall down. Tadasana. Root through the feet and the ankles. Lift up through the shins to the top of the quad. Slight tuck of the hips and the pelvis down. Draw the lower belly in. Shoulder blades draw together. Crown of the head lifts. Inhale, bring arms out to side of the head. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Let's come into forward. Up halfway under inhale. Exhale, fold. Step back to either plank or modified plank on your knees. Taking your time, we'll come through chaturanga. Draw those elbows in. All the way down. Tuck the toes. Facing dog. Tuck the toes again. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Take your time. 2 breath cycles in here. To the hands when you're ready. Come up onto the toes. Walk the feet to hands or hands to feet. Coming into forward bend. Inhale, eyes come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive up. Center. Beautiful. Let's come through another sun salutation here. We're going to come into chair. So we'll inhale, arms out to side overhead. Let's come into our chair. Shift those hips back. Look for those toes. Can you lift those toes up? If not, shift back a little bit more. Shift all the way from the heel. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale. Eyes come up halfway. Step back into plank. You have the option to flow through your vinyasa or meet us in tabletop. Once you come to your downward dog, we'll shift into a tabletop. Your time. Wiggle it out a little bit once you get to tabletop. Okay, we're going to reach our right foot back. If you'd like to counterbalance, you can reach your left hand forward. Do our balancing cat here. Knee to elbow or just draw the knee in if you're not using the arm. And then inhale, lengthen. Awesome. Let's do a few more here. Last one. The arm is lifted. Place it down. Right foot is going to come to each corner of the mat here, opening up the hips just a little bit more. Draw that belly and make sure we're not sagging down. Engaging the abs. When the right foot gets to the left side, tuck the toes under. Walk the hands to the left side of your mat. You have the option of looking over your left shoulder or coming onto your forearms. If this feels great, stay here. If you want something a little deeper, you can bend the right knee behind the left. Maybe walk the feet out as far as you can. See if you can draw your hips back. Maybe it's just coming to a cross-legged child's pose. Maybe it's sitting up. So find where you're at today. Just having a nice lateral stretch might feel good. Maybe you'll feel good to cross behind. The more you walk your feet out, the easier it'll be. One more breath for every breath. Exhaling, coming back up to tabletop. Right leg comes around, just circle out that hip one direction and then the other. Okay, if you'd like to, you can put in an optional downward facing dog just to get off the knees for a few breaths. If you don't want to come in a downward dog, you can stay in that tabletop. We're going to do the other side, but it sometimes feels good to just get off of those knees, off of those shins. When you're ready, we'll switch sides here. So we'll reach that left leg back in tabletop. If you'd like, the right arm can come forward. Come into this balancing cat, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Round on an exhale. Inhale, lengthen. At any point in time, the wrists need a break. You can come onto the forearms. One more time here. Right arm comes down. Left foot goes side to side. Make a rainbow with the toe. In each direction. That right foot tuck, or left foot's going to tuck when you get to the right side. Walk your hands to the right, over that right shoulder. This might feel great, or you might come onto the forearms, or bend your left knee. Tuck it behind that right knee. Walk the feet out as far as you can, maybe coming into child's pose. Sitting down, pressing down on the ankles. Stacked. Find what feels best for your body today. Slowly come back up to tabletop. Left leg come out and just make a few circles. One direction and the other. Shins come down. Optional vinyasa. Or just meet us in downward dog. You're doing awesome. Look to the hands. Come to the toes. Walk feet to hands or hands to feet. Into forward bend. Inhale, eyes go up halfway. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive up. Everybody's feeling nice and warm, so we can get into our breathers here. And start with a little bit of balance. So our first sequence, just so you know what it's gonna look like, we'll do a lateral stretch. Lateral stretch. We'll lift the chest and come into chair. From here, we're gonna come into a warrior three. So if you need a roll or need something, feel free to get close to it. We're gonna put the right foot back, and either just have it hovering over the ground, or maybe tilting a little bit forward before we come back into our chair. So when you're ready, come to the top of the mat. If you shake anything out, feel free to. Let's inhale, arms up. Right hand will come down, left arm will lift, draw those shoulder blades together. Switch sides, left hand comes down, right comes up. Back to center, both hands meet, lift the chest to the sky. And we'll come into chair, shift those hips back. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to shift our weight into the left foot. You can keep your hands overhead or bring into your hips. We'll reach that right toe back, either touching the ground, hovering, or coming a little bit more forward. Find a spot in front of you without breathing, slight in to that left leg. Step that right foot back in, come into chair. You guys are amazing. Stay in chair or twist to the right, looking over the right shoulder. Back to center. Chair, lift to the sky. Exhale, fold. Coming into forward bend. Before we step back, we're going to do a spinal twist here. So we're going to put our left hand on the ground, right in the center, right beneath the center of our chest. Left hand will either come to right hip or to the sky. A nice chest twist. If you need to bend the knees at all, feel free to. Exhale, come down, relax for 2 breaths. After that second breath, we'll step back with the right foot. We're going to come into warrior one. That right foot comes to a 45 to 60 degree angle. All 4 corners of both feet are flat on the mat. Lift up nice and tall. Beautiful. We're going to draw those thighs towards one another. Lift the chest. You can stay here. Or an inhale, open the chest. Exhale. Getting some movement in the chest if you'd like. through here. Last one if you're flowing. Come up. Bring them into a T. Take that left arm underneath the right arm. Bend up the elbows. Either the backs of the hands meet or front palms, ankle arms. Hands can reach out, elbows reach out. One more moment of intensity. You can bring the elbows to the knees or you can just stay up. Ready, we're going to open those arms up. The hips, turn to warrior two. Let's straighten out that front leg and bend it a few times. If you need to shake it out at all, feel free to. You're doing amazing. Okay, let's come to warrior two. We'll flow between reverse warrior and side angle. If you'd like to straighten the leg, you can flow between reverse triangle to triangle. Your choice on what your body wants today. So let's lift that front palm, lifting up and back, forward. Straighten, switch between the two. You'll get a little bit of a deeper hamstring stretch if you straighten. Relax a little bit more. Hamstring or the quad if you straighten. Beautiful. Do one more each direction. Need a warrior two. Okay, we're going to come into downward facing dog. So let's cartwheel the hands down. You can either heel toe that left foot all the way around or step it back. You have the option to flow through your vinyasa or just stay here pedaling it out in downward dog. You need a child's pose. Right now. Get to downward dog. Let's take 2 cleansing breaths. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Side up and out. One more time, breathe in through the nose. Side out. To the hands, up onto the toes. Feet to hands or hands to feet. Come halfway on an inhale. Exhale, fold. Let's reverse swan dive. Okay, let's do the other side, but before we do, let's circle out the ankles, circle out the hips, add in any movement that you need to loosen up a bit. Ooh, shake it out, shimmy, shake. Okay. Guys, looks great on the first side. Let's do the second side. Feel nice and strong today. Feeling nice and strong. Let's inhale, arms out to side over. Let the right arm down and reaches up. Find that lateral stretch. Switch sides. Focus. Lift the chest. We're going to come into chair. Shift those hips back. Draw the belly in. And we're going to shift our weight into that right foot. If you want to, bring the hands to the hips. And we're slowly going to extend that left leg back. Maybe it touches the floor. Maybe you tilt like a forward. Hips are facing forward, slide bend to the right knee. And we'll slowly bring that left foot back. Just looking over that left shoulder. You can stay in the center if that feels better for you. Center. And left. Balls. We're going to do that twist here again. So plant the right hand on the ground, or if it feels better on your shin, feel free to do that or block. It's going to be right in the center of your chest if you can. Left hand comes to hip or to the sky. Really lengthening that back body here. Try not to round. Draw the belly. Exhale, release. Deep breaths here before We start our warrior sequence. After your second breath, we're going to step back with that left foot, coming into a warrior one. Back foot's at a 45 to 60 degree angle. Root firmly through both feet. Lift up nice and tall. Love it. Gorgeous. Okay. You can stay here, standing nice and tall, drawing the belly and lifting nice and high with the fingers, or you can open up on an inhale. Exhale. A little more of that chest opener. Keeping the legs exactly where they are. Everything moving is the arms and the upper body. One time. Reach up. To a T. Right elbow underneath left elbow. The elbow creases. Reach hands out, elbows up. Staying here. Or elbow can meet knee. Last one. Arms into cactus. Come to hips. Warrior two. Straighten and bend that knee a few times. Let movement in that hip and the thigh. Down here, let's bring it out to warrior two. Look at the front right palm. We'll go into reverse warrior or reverse triangle if you want to straighten the front leg. On your exhale, side angle, left triangle. Slowing back and forward. Finding openness in the side body, chest. More each direction. We'll meet in warrior two. Okay, we're going to come into our downward dog. So let's cartwheel our hands to the floor. You can heel toe that right foot around. Or just step it right back to downward dog. Optional vinyasa here. Or just pedal out to downward dog or child's. Here, keep lifting the hips to the sky. All right, let's look to the hands. Onto the toes. Walk feet to hands or hands to feet. Into forward bend. Come up halfway. Exhale, fold, reverse one up. Start center. We got 2 more opportunities with our sun salutations here to continue to get warmth, flexibility in the body. If you need water, feel free to grab it. Our next sequence, we're going to have the option of coming into eagle. So I'll show you kind of first what this beginning sequence is going to look like. You have the option of just crossing at the feet, crossing at the shins, the ankles, or the thighs. If that feels good, you can always sit back into a chair and eagle. Have hands on hips, hands at heart center, or I'll walk you through the eagle arms. After we do eagle, we're going to come into a cross-legged stance with a lateral stretch. Then we're going to come into some seagulls. So it's kind of what to expect for that next sequence, and we'll come into some low lunges. If you want blocks or anything, feel free to get them, but we'll start, I'll face you guys so it's easier to see. You can root through that left foot. If you want to hold on to a wall or have a chair, feel free to get that. Really root strongly, lift those toes up first. And then once you find that 4 corners, root back down. And when you're ready, right foot, you can either come up, cross it across, either at the shins, the ankles, the thighs. Find where your hands feel good. Maybe on the hips, maybe at heart center. If you'd like to, you can shift those hips back, coming into chair. If you'd like to bring eagle arms, that right elbow, go underneath the left. Hands go out. Love this class. You guys are amazing. I see all of you. You're doing fantastic. One more breath here. And then cross that right foot over the left. So Standing cross-legged, arms open out. Okay, so keep that right hand down. Lift the left up and over. We're doing almost like a banana stretch here. If you'd like a deeper stretch, so my left arm is up and over, you can always grab that left wrist with the right hand, find a deeper stretch. Beautiful. Exhale, fold forward. It's going to be a deep stretch on that back hamstring. If you need to, you can walk that right foot a little further forward. Hands can come to thighs, shins, block or the floor. And see if you're able to root through both corners of both feet. So all four corners are rooted. If you're able to, we're going to press down through the four corners of the feet. Lift up, inhale. Come all the way up like you're a soaring seagull. Exhale, come back down. Do that just a few more times. Imagine you're flying like a bird, but you're really rooted through the feet. Beautiful. Last one here. In that forward fold. We're going to place either the left hand on the ground or on your left shin. Right hand can come to right hip or to the sky. It's almost like that twist that we had earlier, but now we just have our legs crossed. If you need to bend the knees at all, feel free to. Exhale, right hand comes down. Okay, we're gonna step back with that left foot. So the foot that's in the back, we're gonna step back to come to the low lunge. So stepping back, resituate your feet as you need to. The left knee and left top of toe will come to the mat. From here, just allow yourself to flow back and forth from half split to low lunge. So I'm thinking about my left hip coming right over that left knee and then back forward. As my left hip comes over the left knee, my right leg straightens, maybe my right foot flexes if you want a really deep stretch here. Back and forth, soaking in either posture. Try to put a little pillow or a little blanket underneath that back. Left shin if you need it. And we'll meet in Anjaneyasana, that's low lunge. Overhead. Draw the belly in. Make sure you're not arching too much here. Drawing that belly in. Arms are going to come into eagle. So bring them first into a T. Right elbow under left. Bend up the elbow creases. You can stay here or maybe twist a little bit side to side or let the hands fall one side or the other. Just kind of see what feels right for the chest, for the body while you're here. Let the shoulder heads draw away from the ears. Just notice the differences from having the arms crossed like that. And open up into cactus. Exhale, hands will come on the inside of the right leg. And one more time into your half split. Left hip over left knee. Straighten up the right leg. We're going to heel toe that right foot all the way back to a three-legged tabletop, or you can swing it around. Let that back right foot tuck and just rock back and forth here. Nice stretch on your right calf and right hamstring. Okay, you have the option here. We can flow through vinyasa or just meet us in downward dog. So that means that my left foot is also going to tuck under. I come up to downward dog. Optional vinyasa flow. Once you get to down dog, breathe it out. Lifting up. You're not dumping in the wrists. Look to the hands. To the toes. We're not going to go forward yet. We're just going to get that stretch first. Bring the heels back down. Take your right foot. And maybe heel toe it or walk it across to see if you can cross the front of that left ankle. If this is too intense of a hamstring stretch, feel free to stay with your right knee bent, left leg straight. If you can cross at the ankle, see how that feels to do a cross-legged downward facing dog. foot back around. And out. Look to the hands, come up onto the toes. This time we're going to walk the feet to the hands, or hands to feet. Coming into forward bend. Come up halfway under the inhale. Exhale, hold. Start center. All right, last sun salutation, last opportunity to get that warmth in the body. We'll do a few more balances before we're done this, don't worry. Okay, so this time we're going to do the opposite leg. So we're going to root through the right foot. So we'll lift those toes up, root down first. Okay, so now you should know what to expect. I know it was a unique series there, but hands can stay on the hips or in heart center. Left foot comes either across the ankles, shins, or thighs. And shift those hips back, coming into the chair. Doesn't feel comfortable to come into the chair, you can stay standing. It's going to be at heart center. Arms come out, we'll have our left elbow underneath right elbow. This eagle arms, hands reach out, elbows reach up. Should be in the gifts with the best yoga class with best balances. You guys are all awesome. Okay, left foot comes down, open up the arms. So now I have my left foot crossed over my right, left hand will stay down, right arm will reach up and over. So this is my lateral stretch. If this feels really good, stay here, or maybe you grab the right wrist. Kind of like our banana, or opposite of a banana here. And exhale, fold forward. Just remember that right leg is going to get a deep stretch so you can walk that left foot a little further forward if you need to. Coming down to whatever forward bend feels right for you. Root through the four corners of both feet. You shouldn't have the ankle up or the toes up. We'll do 3 seagulls here. So we're lifting up like we're flying. Arms come out to side overhead. Exhale it down. 2 more at your own pace. Lifting up. Last one, folding forward. From here, we're going to do a twist. So my right hand either goes on the ground and right below the center of my chest, or I can put it on that right ankle or left ankle or left shin. My left hand comes to the left hip, to the sky. And then knees as you need to. Exhale back down. We'll step back into a low lunge, so that back right foot is going to step down. Top of knee and top of toes come to the mat. Feel really good after that last stretch that we did. And then from here, right hip over right knee, over left ankle, back and forth. Free to add any audible sighs that you may need or want. One more each direction. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Left knee directly over left ankle, lift up nice and tall. From here, hands come into a T. Left elbow under the right elbow. Bend up the elbows here. Find your eagle arms. Hands reach out, elbows reach up, and then you can either twist a little bit, just see what that feels like. Or tilt the hands one corner to the other. Nice and gentle. If you feel any pain, back out. But if it feels good, or you just notice one way or the other feels good, feel free to hold it. Windshield wiping with the hands. And then open up and hands come inside of the left leg. And shift back to that half split. So as my hands are the inside of the left leg, right hip is over right knee. I'm going to swing that left leg around, or you can heel toe it all the way around. for a three-legged tabletop. I'm going to tuck my left toes when I get behind my body and just shift a little bit back and forth. Get that nice stretch in the back of the left leg. Okay, you have the option here, coming to downward dog, or flowing through final vinyasa. Your choice. Tucking the right toes under, lifting the hips to the sky. Staying downward dog. And as we do on the other side, we're going to come up on our toes for a moment. And then let the heels come back down. Take that left foot, cross it over the right foot. If it's too intense, feel free to just bend one knee, across the ankles. Drawing those hips up and back. And left foot comes back around. Downward dog. Lift to the hands. Onto the toes. Feet to hands or hands to feet. Halfway on an inhale. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive up. Awesome. From here, we're going to work on our peak balancing pose today. So we've done eagle. You can stick with eagle wherever you're at. You can continue to advance it. Once you feel really good with eagle, we're going to take that front foot. We're going to step it down and see how it feels to lift the back knee up. So maybe it's just going to your toe. Maybe it's lifting it up on both of them. My knees are crossed on top of one another. So it's going to be an eagle. Once I've got my eagle, I'm going to step into my front foot, shift all my weight there. See if I can either touch with my back toe or lift up or maybe squat back into a Shiva squat. So if you want the wall, you want a chair, feel free to do that. I'm going to start with the left foot. So before we do it, shake out those ankles, shake out those hips. Okay, let's do this. My left foot plants nice and firm. Shift the weight into the left leg. Crossing at the toes cross over, ankles, shins, thighs, or maybe tucking the foot behind. As you feel comfortable, sitting back into that eagle. Arms can come with your right elbow underneath left if you'd like to do your eagle arms. Whatever leg's on top, that arm is always on the bottom. Hold it here if you want to. You can even tick-tock those arms a little bit. That affects your balance. Okay, I'm going to take that front right foot, step down onto it. Shift your weight forward. You can undo your arms into heart center. Can you touch with just your toe? Maybe you lift it up like a stork stand. Maybe squat those hips back. Your choice. Beautiful. Now if you want to, rock back and forth. Up, down. And just a few more times. Just feel what feels right for you. If you need to hold on to something, in front of you. Last one each direction. We're going to hold that Shiva squat for 3 more breaths. 1, 2, 3. Rock stars, shake it out. Dance it out, get the wiggles out, whatever you need to do. Beautiful. Okay. Root through a right foot. When you're ready. Toes up, ground down. Weight into the right leg. Left leg crosses over. Either the shins, the ankles, the thighs, or tucks behind. You want to add in the chair. Shoot those hips back. Don't lean forward, hips go back. Arms can come into a T. My left elbow is under my right. Finding my eagle arms. Hands reach out, elbows reach up. tick-tocking. Okay, so we're going to take that left foot. Your arm's going to open up to heart center. Right foot or left foot steps down. Right foot comes up. Maybe it's just the toe. Maybe it's a stork stand. Maybe it's a squat. For a few breaths, draw the belly in, shoulder blades draw towards one another. If you want to, tick-tock back and forth. Back, lifting one knee. One more in each direction. Take your time to get there. Do 3 breaths once we get to the Shiva squat. Shake it out. Let's do a forward bend. I have my feet about hip distance apart. Come into a forward bend. One knee and the other. If you want to, and you can reach the ground, you can put peace fingers around the big toes. You can draw the crown of the head towards the ground. Down into tabletop. We're just going to shift through tabletop. Bring the hips to the floor. Into Dandasana, seated, straight-legged staff pose. From here, let's pull our right knee in. And you can give yourself a hug. So my right knee is pulled in. I'm going to give myself a hug with my left arm hugging the right leg. Place the right hand behind your back. We're first going to find length in the spine. So lengthen on an inhale. Exhale. Twist to your right. As we do this, the tendency is that right hip likes to come back. That's taking out the twist. That's allowing you to just move your body a little bit more from the pelvis. So really think about taking that left heel and pulling it back as you twist. So really keep it in the belly and the chest. Exhale, come back to center. Let the right knee fall open. Now in Janushirshasana. Torso turns towards that left leg. Lift up nice and tall. And just fold forward here. You can stay here if this feels really good to soak. If you want a little bit more movement before we get towards the end of the class, you can hover your body over the right leg, right hand by right hip, coming up on that right shin into a modified plank. Exhaling back down to forward. Find what feels right for you. If you're hovering chest over thigh, right hand by right hip, lifting up. Your last one will be in that Janushirshasana, folding over that left leg. One vertebra at a time. I'm going to come into a half fish. So I'm keeping my right knee bent. I'm going to take that left leg. I'm going to bend it, either crossing it in front of my right shin or bring it across the thigh. Find which one feels better. Right hand wraps around your left leg. Left hand behind the back. Inhale, lengthen. Lifting from the belly. Unwind the legs. Come into butterfly here, so the soles of the feet meet, and you can just either cat, cow, forward and backwards, butterfly the legs up and down, find a fold. Just put some movement that feels good into your body here. Both legs straight out. Other side now. So draw that left knee in. Into Marichiyasana. Right hand reaches around the left leg. Give it a big hug. Left hand behind the back, pressing on the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Over that left shoulder. Draw that right heel back towards the body. Center on an exhale. Left knee opens up. Turn torso towards that right leg. Sit up nice and tall. And then fold forward. Stay here and soaking into this pose. Or you can flow again. Inhale, let the body cover with left leg, left hand by left hip. Left shin, reach the right fingertips away. Okay. Slowly go one leg at a time. Keeping that left leg where it is. We're going to bend the right knee. Bring the right sole of the foot either in front of the left shin or on the outside of the left thigh. Hug the left arm around the right leg. Give it a nice big bear hug. Right hand comes behind the back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. Nice stretch on the outside of that right hip. Nice spinal twist. Exhale, release. Unwind the legs. We're going to put the soles of the feet on the mat. Hands come behind the body. Just wiggle side to side here. Let this all one direction, the other. Do a few abs. So for our abs, first one's going to be some lower abs and hips. I'm going to start with both my feet on the left side of my mat. You have the option of having your hands on the ground. We're going to lift our feet up and lift them over to one side. Lift them up to the other. If you want to do it without your hands, you can do that too. The most important thing is that I do it without my hands. I'm lifting the chest to the sky. You want even more intensity. You'll straighten one leg, straighten the other, bring it down. Okay, so your option. So hands can be down, hands can be heart center, bent knees are straight. When you're ready, here we go. Bring feet to one side of the mat, then the other. Side. Want to even hold them in the middle? You can. Create your own, choose your own adventure here. Doing awesome. Two more. And chill right there and out as you need to. Slowly make your way down to the mat. So you can have the soles of the feet down as you roll, or you can lift your feet up. Going down all the way to the mat in our last ab exercise. Soles of the feet will come up to the mat and chill out. To the chest, give yourself a hug here, circle the knees one direction, the other. Give yourself a low back massage, hip massage. Bring the arms into a T, the knees fall to the left by the spinal twist here. So if we can keep both shoulders down. If you can't, that's okay, but that's the goal is to keep the chest on the mat. You can turn your head to the right if you want a deeper stretch. To the left if you need a little bit more gentle stretch. Top right leg down a little deeper. Left arm. Baby first, so hands can come to the shins, the ankles, or the outside of the feet. To the right, arms coming to a T. We get into our restorative poses here. Just a slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. We'll tap into our parasympathetic nervous system and relax us a bit more. Do 2 pulling breaths here before we finish up in Shavasana. So put your tongue behind your front 2 teeth. Think about sucking in like you're sucking through a straw. So breathe in, close the mouth. 2 more times. Tongue behind the front 2 teeth. Suck in like you're sucking through a straw. Last one. Sucking through a straw. Any additional movement you may need before you come into your Shavasana. Come into any final resting posture that feels right for you. Standard Shavasana, legs up the wall, feet together, knees apart. Settle in. Relax from head to toe. Take a moment here as you're in Shavasana. If you'd like to do a breath mantra. When you're inhale, think of something that you need right now. Love, happiness, kindness, compassion, acceptance. Whatever it is, breathe that in. Just imagining what that looks like, what it feels like. Breathe in deep from head to toe. Exhale, think of something you can give to the world. Maybe it's peace or acceptance or kindness, compassion. As you exhale completely, exhale everything out and give that. Take a few minutes here as you relax in Shavasana. Toes or circle this ankle. Start to draw the knees towards the chest. shoulders and brush together. Take a moment to just thank yourself for doing something good for your body today. Pressing down with the top hand, come up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. The rest of the day, the rest of the week is filled with love, joy, happiness, health, and all that you need. Light in me respects and honors the light in you. Namaste.